When we think of a director, we usually picture the Hollywood auteur, an uncompromising artist demanding perfect shots, completely in control of the schedule. But step onto a television set, and that romanticized image vanishes. You are immediately fighting a ticking clock. This excerpt perfectly captures the reality. TV directors do not have the luxury of endless pre-production or massive shooting windows. They are boxed in by strict network delivery dates and rigid budgets. Because of this intense structural crush, raw artistic vision has to take a back seat to sheer, ruthless efficiency. If a light breaks or an actor flubs a line, you can't cancel the day's shoot. You have to adapt the scene on the fly and keep the cameras rolling. So how do you actually make something good? How do you craft a scene that resonates emotionally with an audience when the schedule is actively working against you? You have to split your brain in half. To survive in television, you become a pragmatic artist, managing the cold logic of a spreadsheet while simultaneously protecting the beating heart of the story. Look at how Ken Danziger defines this specific dynamic in his text. He calls directing a delicate balance between technical precision and creative intuition. You are constantly negotiating between those two poles. On the creative side, your job is to pull a cohesive narrative out of the raw materials of the set. You are guiding the actors' performances, establishing the tone, and ensuring the emotional beats land. But as this text from Millerson and Owens emphasizes, to get that emotion on screen, you have to act as a technician. You are shaping the physical space, calculating the exact movement of a camera dolly, the precise angle of a lens, and the intensity of the lighting grid. Then you run into the human element. Reading Maureen A. Ryan's analysis here, directors have to be practical problem solvers. You are constantly negotiating your ideal artistic shot against the strict boundaries of what the producers can actually afford to build or schedule. Your authority on set doesn't come from dictating orders from a chair. It comes from your ability to compromise intelligently, solving 50 distinct logistical problems a day without ever letting the audience see the seams in the story. You also have to shoot in the present while living mentally in the future. When you frame a close-up on a soundstage, you aren't just thinking about how it looks right now. You are calculating exactly how that specific frame will connect to a wide shot 3 weeks later in the edit bay. Justin Chang puts this requirement perfectly in this excerpt. A successful director makes decisions on set that deliberately serve the final edit. It's about shooting for tight continuity, capturing exactly what the editor will need to build the scene. And this entire technical workflow has to pivot completely depending on what exactly you're making. Scholar Ivan Curry refers to this as the format approach. Going by Curry's definition shown here, the logic is straightforward. A tightly scripted multicam sitcom requires a completely different directorial rhythm and structural setup than a fast-paced reality show or a live news broadcast. You have to act as a chameleon. There is no single correct way to direct television. There is only the specific style that solves the mathematical constraints of the genre you've been hired to shoot. Today, that balancing act is getting significantly harder. The basic mechanics of television are shifting underneath our feet. As Catherine Kellison highlights in this passage, directors are now facing entirely new pressures. They are expected to design sequences that work not just on a traditional broadcast, but across digital platforms, multi-screen formats, and even interactive storytelling environments. Because audiences consume media differently now, the tools you use to capture their attention have to update constantly. A framing technique that worked flawlessly on a large television a decade ago might completely fail to register on a smartphone screen today. In an environment where the medium itself changes every few years, your most valuable asset isn't a signature visual style. It is sheer, uncompromising adaptability. When you watch a polished hour of television, you're looking at the result of an invisible daily war. Every beautiful frame you see is a hard-won victory over a shrinking budget and a relentless clock. The people who actually succeed in this role are the ultimate pragmatic artists, uniquely capable of forcing deep creative storytelling and rigid logistical workflows to exist in perfect harmony.